Hi, it's Mike at 18 Reasons. Today we're going to celebrate asparagus based on some of my German roots. This asparagus is a bit old. It's been in the fridge. I have to do something with it today. I'm going to teach you to do something that's going to give us almost a week more usable time with the asparagus. Now, with asparagus, one of my favorite culinary lies is that you can tell where to snap the asparagus by bending it. I will tell you that I can make this asparagus snap wherever I want to, and if you just bend it, it will break way too high up on the plant. What I'd rather do is push on the woody stem end until I find the part where it gets tender and mark that. And I will cut the asparagus at that point. I'm just going to cut it. Now these butt ends here are wonderful for stock. They're a bit fibrous to eat, but they have a lot of asparagus flavor. So if I were making a risotto, I would make stock out of these ends here. But for just simple asparagus, I'm going to take this, I'm going to drop it in heavily salted boiling water. It's not going to take long at all. I've got a bowl of ice water at the ready. We're going to blanch these, and in blanching a green vegetable, what happens is the pigments in the plant that are not green, the brown pigments, the red pigments, get driven off by the boiling water, and they leave the bright green pigments behind. So we're not actually making the asparagus greener, we're just getting rid of some of the other colors that cloud the green of the asparagus. So I'm cooking it in boiling salted water, and your mileage will vary. One of my favorite parts about cooking is that the true test is not a timer. What we're looking for here can only be discovered by putting it in your mouth. When it's cooked enough for you, I'm going to pull these out. And drop them into a bowl of ice water to immediately stop the cooking. Now, just as a visual aid here, this is a piece of asparagus that we blanched versus this gray one that has not been cooked. The color is immediately more vibrant. It tastes better, it's tender, and it's blazing green spring. Once the cooking has stopped, I'm going to pull these out, and this could be easily wrapped in a damp cloth and placed in the fridge. You probably get almost another week out of this, but at the point where you want to cook it, I'm just going to take some wet asparagus and drop it into a saute pan. So it's important that there is some water on the asparagus itself, and then you can add in a little knob of butter, always some salt. I'm just going to cook this over a medium-high heat. We'll get there, and reheat the chilled and blanched asparagus whatever day of the week you want. So Sundays is an ideal day to blanch a lot of green vegetables, and then throughout the week, reheat them as you need them. They'll last longer. It's also a good time to make a vegetable stock with all the trimming. So just very basically, don't rush the process here. What we're going to do is heat the asparagus in the butter. The butter and the water are going to come together and emulsify and create a very simple, very tasty, basic butter sauce that will coat the outside of the asparagus. Get a plate for those. I can hear it coming up to heat. We'll give it a little flippy thing. Right at the end, when there's not a lot of cooking left to go, crack on some black pepper. Again, I can smell the butter. I can hear it popping and sizzling with the bright green of the asparagus, and it's all being coated in that beurre monte, that very basic mounted butter sauce. Has wrapped itself around each of the asparagus sprigs, and so every bit of asparagus is coated in a very nice shiny bit of butter, salt and pepper. Hard to beat as a side dish in the springtime. This is Mike at 18 Reasons. Let's cook together.